My name is Eric Garcia Salas. Originally born in Guatemala, I've been living here in Atlanta, Georgia since 1996. I work at Continua Group, civil engineering infrastructure company. I started this company back in 2009 with two business partners. There's three of us in here. And I've been training martial arts since 1997. I started with Shaolin Kung Fu. I moved on to Tai Chi. Then I started studying Jiu-Jitsu with X3, and now I'm at Alliance, one of the best schools in the nation.
Eric, since he joined Jiu-Jitsu, he lost a bunch of weight, improved on his lifestyle, and also on his technique. He loves to train in gi, no gi. He's always very active, so everybody loves him, and he's growing in Jiu-Jitsu.
Eric's a pretty good dude. Everybody knows that. However, Eric has done certain things in his life, and when he came to Jiu-Jitsu, the balance was made in terms of where he wanted to be, where he wanted to go.
Eric is a very organized person. He is very disciplined. And he told me that back when he was younger, he had a problem with his weight. And what he would do is he would eat only half of his meal and then take the rest to go for later. And also, you know, as a young engineer in school, it helps save money too, because you got 2 meals out of one. But he was always a foodie where he would create his own foods, or he would take some unexpected ingredient and add it to something that was kind of blah, but then all of a sudden it's something different. So he is a creative person who loves working with food. I think that he did a couple of posts, and restaurants would use his pictures and give him credit, and he would get written about a little bit, you know, because not only would he take a pretty picture of the food, but he'd also write a really appealing description, you know, succulent bun or some words like that that would just make the food really almost taste in your mouth. So I think that really helped. Yeah, but he enjoys it. I think it's just he's a person of many, many interests, and that just happens to be one of them.
So I do have a social network profile on Instagram. It's @EatJaneer, and it's a passion that I have on the side. Obviously, you know, ever since before I got actually really sick, I was eating at all kinds of restaurants and everything I could under the sun. And as I was doing that, my wife always said, hey, you know what, you take such good pictures of your food, you should start publishing out so other people can see where you're eating, what you're eating, and maybe they want to go eat the same thing. So I think a lot of the time, that's what I started doing. I started posting pictures of my food, of myself, travels, but at EatJaneer, you'll be able to see a wide array of different foods that I like to eat. I enjoy sharing those pictures with people. I enjoy sharing different dishes with people. And I think as my future goes on, I'm gonna continue doing so, except maybe a little bit of healthier food and maybe not as heavy.
Eric is like the happiness and the joy and the guy that you can always count on to be in a great mood when you get to Alliance. It doesn't matter what kind of day that I've had. When I see Eric, he greets me with the biggest smile, a hug, and a fist bump. Like, I get all three. It's not like which one, I get them all.
I've been training partners with Eric for a very long time, probably close to 6 to 8 years now. You know, he's kind of, I consider him one of the older-ish school guys because he was here like right when Leo came. We were training, I think we were both purple belts at the same time, always fighting together, grinding. He's a grinder. Even being an older guy, you can count on him to fight and push you and challenge you. And I always appreciate Eric because he never turns down a role, always fights really hard, always challenging me, always looking to grow. And that's what you want in a teammate. So I really appreciate Eric and everything he's brought over the past 6 to 8 years.
So at the beginning of 2021, I started having chest compressions, I would probably call it. And I started going to different doctors. I went to a cardiologist, I went to a pulmonologist, I went to the GI. Everybody checked me. I went through multiple tests. I went through CT scans, everything you could imagine I went through. And it turns out that the doctor told me later in 2021 that all they thought I had was acid reflux. So they prescribed me some medication. Well, fast forward a couple of months later, March 16th, 2022, I happened to be in Vegas for a conference, and I had just landed. I was probably there 4 hours, and I started feeling the chest pressure that had been constant, so I thought maybe I needed to take a little medication. Well, I did take my medication. I still went out with our clients and friends, but as soon as we sat down, I took a bite of food, and it felt like my whole stomach just exploded. And it was, I don't know how to describe it, but it's an immense type of pressure that you feel inside your chest. And it wasn't located in any particular area. It was just a big band around my chest. So I excused myself, I went to the hotel room, and I was in agony for the next, I want to say about 4 or 5 hours. This was about 8 p.m. maybe, but about 1 in the morning, I started blacking out from the pain. And then I knew something is not right. And I called my business partner, who happened to be with me as well. I told him, hey, listen, I need to go to the emergency room. At this time, I was thinking to myself, you know what? I need to call my wife, let her know, because you never know what's going to happen at this stage in the game. So I called her and I told her, I'm on my way to the ER. I just want you to be aware. I'm not feeling well. And you know, you get all these thoughts in your head of things that could happen, right? Like your own mortality now. If something happens to me, what is going to be of my wife? What's going to be of my kids?
So I was not surprised that it happened. He's been complaining about the pain being constant at that point for a number of days. So I knew something was going on, but of course I did not expect that he would get there and go to the hospital straight away. So, and me not being there with him in Vegas, because at that time I was in Atlanta.
And it happened that it was my gallbladder. My gallbladder was in emergency mode, technically. It was about to burst. It had some some gallstones that needed to be taken out immediately. They rushed me to the operating room, and they had to actually do a laparoscopy, I think it's called, where they do 4 incisions in your abdomen, and they were able to take it out. I didn't feel any better. Like, I still felt pressure, I still feel pain. Apparently, when they were pulling out my gallbladder, it burst, and it released one of the gallstones, and it was blocking a bile tube, basically the tubes that go into your pancreas. And so now my body was going through pancreatitis, which is very painful, and that is what actually kills you. It's not the actual gallbladder bursting, it's the pancreatitis that kills you. Well, I didn't know that at the time.
He had a setback like most people do, had an injury, had to leave for a little while and get some surgery done. He's also a family man, has children, has a job, so he can't, commit to full time, but took some time off for that training, and then he came back, had the same passion, same enthusiasm, and I think a lot of times that's like the hardest part, right? He takes a big time off, 2 years, whatever it was, and you come back and you just don't feel the same. But Eric was able to stick with it, keep coming back, build the momentum, build that consistency, get his body back, get his mind right, his technique back, and now he's back strong as ever.
And my concern was that as he was recovering, that he would get into a situation where it was a recently, performed surgery on. So I was really worried about how is this going to go with this having taken place.
He said, hey, look, take your time, take care of yourself. But Eric's tenacity to get back is extremely strong.
Now I'm probably about 95%. It's been a journey for sure. I have to keep an eye on people doing certain moves on me or putting all their weight on me. Like if they try to do a knee on belly, and I feel like, at Alliance and everybody has been very understanding of what I do and how I do it. And so I enjoy training with everybody over there. They've been taking it, not that they take it easy on me, but they understand that if I start to get in an uncomfortable position, then I will let them know, and everybody's super helpful, everybody understands. But I think my game changed a little bit just in the fact of how I approach things. I'm more cognitive of what I do and how I do it, especially now knowing what I know, on going slow and try to take it easy on myself. I think it's been a game changer, like they say. I don't know that it made me better or worse, but it's definitely been different.